Bhavana Kevala. Very often we realize that what seems to be ugly contains some beauty in it. What seems to be painful contains the boon for redemption. So if we discard the painful, then we are also missing the boon of redemption. So we have to realize that this confusion, this attraction to pleasurable things and rejection of apparently painful things, is a confused condition of the mind. Is a flawed way of thinking. And we liberate our mind from those complexes, then we can see the wide picture. We can embrace the full spectrum and exist within the synthesis of that reality. And the fifth one, which is very insidious, the fifth aspect of negativity, of the impact of negativity on our mind, is very insidious. That is self-deception. It is the most insidious because mind works against itself. There is a simple truth, as we said before, and mind is uniquely able to apprehend that truth. That simplicity of the truth is so self-evident. There is no need for an explanation. There is no need to prove it. That all creatures, all living beings, all created beings in this universe are all entitled to live with dignity, in peace, to pursue the purpose of their life. It's so evident. There is no need to prove that. That it is not right to snatch away something from somebody when it belongs to them is so obvious that there is no need to discuss that. But many irrational ideas have crept into the human mind and have assaulted the natural capacity of the mind to apprehend the simple truth. And they have done that by rationalizing. We can say self-deception or the process of rationalizing. A great social thinker said that the human mind has a great capacity to weave webs of deception, a fabric of lies. If the mind does that, it does it because it is propelled by a certain weakness, and that weakness is usually the same. That propensity is usually the same. There may be variations on the theme, but basically it's always the same desire. Self-gratification. Self-gratification as opposed to universal harmony, collective harmony and good. I think of what I gain, even though the gain is no gain to speak of, but in my opinion that's a gain, that I snatch away from others what is due to them. Actually, it's no gain at all. it's mean, it's ugly. But some people manage to rationalize it so much, and they have rationalized it so much, and it has been collectively rationalized so much, and in such a sophisticated way, we can say, that many people think that it's completely okay to waste when there are so many people in the world that do not have a mouthful to eat. Oh, but they could do it. It's plenty. There's abundance for everyone. So many ways to rationalize. So this self-deception enslaves the mind in a very particular way. So when a mind becomes so enslaved by all these expressions, by the effects that negativity plays on it, by the various ways of confusion that the force of negativity imposes on the mind, that mind is unable to think clearly in a humane way. I was reading recently that about some people who make enormous amounts of money out of the illegal drug traffic. That is not the only illegal traffic they control. They have many more. And they make enormous amounts of money, which they wouldn't be able to use even if they lived 50 lives. And actually, they are not even able to use very much of it. They're not even able to use what they could use in this life because they're wanted by the police. They have to run away. They have to live in underground shelters. A folly, a complete folly. But mind has been so utterly deprived of its capacity to be natural, to think, to understand what's right, to understand what gives it joy. So completely deprived of that capacity, and has become so confused that it cannot think anything better. The truth is very simple, but to come to that simplicity is not so easy. To regain that simplicity, it is not so easy. A child is very simple. A child's mind is very free from deception. But then, as the child grows, the child may experience or witness that the parents are sometimes indulging in falsehood, are saying to the telephone, on the telephone to somebody, "Oh yes, please do come," and as soon as they hang up the phone, they talk amongst themselves and they say, "Oh, why are they coming?" So many innumerable examples of expressions of life which are not in harmony, not in line. So mind is so distorted, and due to the daily indulgence and practice of distortion, then mind loses its natural ability to perceive the naturalness of the truth. Sometimes people say, how can that person, how can that politician who has caused the war or this massive exploitation to take place, how can they sleep at night? They sleep at night because they are caught in the web of their confusion. As soon as that web, as soon as that fabric of lies begins to unravel, they will not be able to sleep any longer. But they totally lost the sight of their humanity, of their purpose, of their truth. Namaskar. care.